Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit organization solely dedicated to helping you and everyone with Parkinson's regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. I'm so glad that you will be doing the exercises with me today. Did you know that today is National Just Because Day? You can do anything you want today, just because. Let's all say, just because day, and really speak out when you say it. Ready? Just because day. Let's do it again. Just because day. Very good. Let's take our sip of water and then we'll get started. If you haven't opened the chat feature yet, go ahead, click on it where it says type in your nickname. Just type in your first name and where you're from. I encourage all of you to get onto these sessions a couple minutes early so you can at least open the chat. You don't need to chat throughout the session. I would rather that you are exercising your voices. So if it's challenging to chat and exercise your voice at the same time, your speech exercises always come first. But I want you to at least open it up because we post some cute images and photos and it'll just make it more fun. Behind me is a beautiful painting by Alan from Rio Vista, California. Beautiful Parkinson's tulips. Let's start with the first speak out exercise, the warm-up. I want you to lift your voice and project it over your computer, your iPad, your television set. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Use a lot of intent. Exaggerate. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Do you feel the sounds flying forward, up and over? Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more. Let's really stretch out the vowels. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very nice. Let's take our sip of water. And we're going to swallow with intent. Time to move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately, purposefully open your mouth wide and project that ah up and forward. Ready? We hold it for a maximum of 10 seconds. That means if you can only hold it for 3 seconds in a nice clear voice, then that's okay. It's a maximum of 10 seconds. Let's do it again. Good. Don't let the sound trail off. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do a shorter one. voice should always sound clear. If it doesn't, I want you to try to project out a little bit more. If it still doesn't clear up, I want you to talk to your speech language pathologist. You never want to produce an ah that doesn't sound clear, or it should never hurt. Let's do one more short one. Ah. Take your sip of water. When the voice sounds clear, you know that the coordination between the breathing muscles and the vocal folds, they're in sync. They're working the way that they should. So we're always shooting for a nice, clear sounding voice. All right, speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah first and then slowly glide up. Ready? Ah. Ah. You just can't be shy when you do these. Just let it out. Pretend nobody else is in the house. Just, you can do it. Project that ah forward. Ready? Ah. Ah. Don't let it trail off, and don't drop your head or close your mouth at the end. Start high and then glide down. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Start high. Ah. Gliding down is usually more challenging for people. Don't get discouraged if it's hard. It once took me 11 years to help someone get the glide just right. It's not easy. We do the best we can. Again, if the voice doesn't sound clear, try to project out a little bit more. Let's do one more from the beginning. Ah. Ah. Good. Let's take our sip of water. You're doing great. I enjoy reading the messages in the chat after the session. I go in there. If you have any questions about Parkinson's or about your speech and your swallowing with Parkinson's, you can always send an email to intent at parkinsonvoiceproject.org. It's better to send those clinical questions to the email versus the chat, because while I'm hosting the session, I cannot see the chat. I can only see it afterward, and if we don't have your email on file, then I won't be able to get back to you and answer that question. Let's move on to the counting. Lift every number over your computer or your television set. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, we're going to focus a little bit more. Make sure you're connecting the numbers. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did you notice that we had a lot more control that time? The first time it wasn't as controlled. I was doing it a little bit too quickly. But we don't think about slowing down or anything like that. Just think about, I've got to be more purposeful and I'm speaking out. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Every number with intent. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Very nice. Let's take our sip of water. Today is National Just Because Day. Let's go ahead and do our reading. When you see the highlighted words, I want you to think about them a little bit more, stretch them out, exaggerate them. Here we go. August 27th is Just Because Day. Really speak out. Do it again. August 27th is Just Because Day. Here are some things you can do just because. Ready? Stay in your pajamas. Just because. Say it with more intent. Stay in your pajamas. Just because. How about this one? Ready? Eat ice cream for breakfast. Just because. Again. Eat ice cream for breakfast. Just because. Ready? Do extra exercises. Just because. Read it with more intent. Do extra exercises. Just because. Ready? Do an act of kindness. Just because. How about that? I like that. Let's read it again. Do an act of kindness just because. Take a sip of water. I think having a Just Because Day would be a lot of fun if you have nieces or nephews or grandkids visiting you. You could let them each pick what they want to do just because. All right. I want you now to name the members of your family with intent. So, I would say Molson, Joseph, Hannah. Okay, just speak out. Name the members of your family with intent. Maybe you didn't get through all of them. Now I want you to think of a family member that you could do an act of kindness. Okay? Or you can, this one says name acts of kindness, but I want you to associate it with some family members. What is something you could do for some of your family members? An act of kindness. Say every word with intent. It's really nice to do things just because. I remember when my kids used to stay with my sister for a week during the summer, she would let them pick whatever they wanted to have for dinner. So my daughter picked banana splits, which my sister said was perfectly fine, had dairy, fruit, protein. And then my son picked pork chops and broccoli. He was the only one of all the cousins that picked something healthy. Let's go ahead and do Dr. Boone's words twice. Ready? Gula gun ga ga. Again. Gu la gang ga ga. And the next one. Ku ka man gu ka. With intent. Ku ka man gu ka. Ready? Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Take a sip of water. We'll move on to our bonus reading. Here's the bell. The bonus reading is more challenging. You can always download today's reading material and take what you learned in the session and practice, 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 and practice some more just because. Let's go ahead and read this paragraph. Exaggerate the highlighted words. Here we go. The original version of Just Because Day was first celebrated on the third Wednesday in May. It was invented in the late 50s or early 60s by Joseph J. Goodwin of Los Gatos, California. He turned the gift of a transistor radio for his wife into their own family holiday. For the Goodwins, it wasn't so much about a radio as it was about celebrating life, free afternoons, and family. And so, what began as a wholesome family holiday celebrating the beauty of spontaneity in life grew into an annual celebration. Very good. Thank you so much for joining me today for Just Because Day. I am proud of you for getting your speak out exercises out of the way, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.